Good evening and welcome to Fantastic Dimensions. I am running a pickup game of Harbinger tonight. So this is going to be concurrent with my Ascension series. It's not part of that series per se, but it is the same time period, 200 years before the arrival of the Harbinger. The rebellion against Sept Trithon has just begun. And tonight's session is taking place on the frozen moon of Arganas, home to Sept Grimar. The player characters are playing an elite unit that's just finished to be basically a spec ops and infiltration unit. There are 5 of them, and then one player will be playing the Praetor Wulfric, who appeared in the Ascension series already, and who will be doing an inspection of these troops. So we'll start actually with the members of the squad themselves, and I'll start with you, Heath. I'll put you on the spot since you are the what do we call it, the decaness of this unit. Go ahead and give us a description of Gideon.
Yeah, so Gideon is a mechanist, constantly clad, or at least to the public eye, in his exoskeleton that he spent pretty much every glint that he's ever made on. He's managed to ascend through the ranks and become a leader of some of the squads. But despite his mechanical prowess, he's rather deadly in combat. He's outfitted his suit with quite a few weapons, mostly hidden. The untrained eye would never be able to see them.
Very good. And Austin, if you want to go ahead and give us a brief description of the character you are playing.
Sure. I'll be playing Orville Hordegard. He's a shredder, a reaver. He's a pretty stocky character. He doesn't has pretty much tried to stay in as much of the shit as he can, as it were. Turn down any promotion opportunities that would have taken him further from the front lines. So he's a pretty large dude with thick armor, and he carries a glaive folded in half on his back and a rifle slung over his shoulder.
Brilliant. And Mikhail, go ahead and tell us about your legionary.
Farron is tall and lean. He's got that wiry kind of strength. He's got short dark hair and a scar across one eye.
Oh, sorry.
So he's got kind of a leather jacket thing going on, dusters and stuff. And a large rifle on his shoulder with a scope, so sniper rifle, and a sword at his hip.
Brilliant. Sorry about that. I started to lag just as you began your description. Okay, and Robin, go ahead and describe your legionary for us.
Yeah, I'll be playing Hector Knox. He's a mechanist slipdagger. He specializes in stealth and is born with a natural curiosity. And he wants to know everything he's not supposed to, so he prefers to break in places where he can gather that information.
Brilliant. And you guys are also accompanied by another legionary whose name is Arn Hargrenson. He was one of the kind of standouts in the group that you all tried out with to get this far. He's about 6.5 feet tall. He's quite broad, especially in the chest. He's built like a bodybuilder. He is wearing eelbone half-plate armor. He is actually, I'm going to change his weapon. He has a scattergun with a secondary barrel on it, and he also has one of those collapsible frame glaives that is kind of currently folded up and on his back as well, the same as Orville carries. He's a pretty quiet guy. Doesn't talk much, but he's a workhorse. He's one of the strongest and one of the fastest, and one of the he has a great endurance, stamina as well. He can run longer, faster, and harder than most people in the military that you've seen so far. And so you guys have climbed up this frozen peak, which we're calling Daggertooth. and reach this old abandoned facility at the top, where you will be inspected by Praetor Wulfric, who will be arriving momentarily. And this will basically be your formal induction then as a spec ops unit. So, Lloyd, I'm going to put you on the spot, and I would like you, if you could, before describing your character as he walks into this facility to meet this squad, if you could maybe give us a little description of the facility itself. What does this old abandoned facility look like?
Yeah, so I think since it's been abandoned, like most things on this moon, it's been claimed back by the ice. So the climate here is awful and often fatal if you're not prepared for it. And so you would imagine like an underground facility, most of it. Although when they abandoned it, the reasons for which have been are classified for only top level people. There would be like claw marks and stuff in some of the walls. There would be like ruptures in many of the ceilings and stuff. So like many of the corridors that would have been very important to the facility are like now flooded with snow or frozen over. So it's kind of quite a dangerous place in and of itself, I think. Thanks to its new, or not new, thanks to its exposure to the elements, I guess. Although Wulfric would have ensure that there was at least one room, one place that was comfortable enough for him to be standing in or sitting in waiting for these people. So that would have been at one stage a prison cell, it looks like, or a containment cell of some kind. All eel bone walls, and that's probably the only thing still properly standing, I think.
Very good. So the squad is gathered in this kind of assembly hall, I suppose. It's kind of like the main chamber within the place. There are old terminals and desks and bits of remaining furniture and things of that sort around that have all been kind of reclaimed by the ice and frozen over time. There's no proper chairs to sit on or anything of that sort at this point anymore. You guys are standing there, I suppose, in, well, it's up to you. You're in charge of them, Gideon. Are they standing at attention? Are they standing in formation? Or you're the Decanus? What orders would you give the men as you await the Praetor's arrival? That's you, Heath.
Oh, shit, I'm sorry. I spaced out, man.
Yeah, I'm just saying, what orders would you give the men as they wait the Praetor to arrive for inspection? Are they, are you having them stand in formation? Are you having them at ease? What do you want to do?
Well, since we're waiting for inspection, the men will be at attention. All pertinent information to be at hand. Gear ready. Is that understood?
Yes, sir. And you can see the spheroid hovering about Hector goes down to right above his right shoulder as he puts on the safety and puts the scatter gun over his shoulder and tries to stand as firm as he can.
Very good.
What kind of spheroid do you have at the moment activated around you?
At this moment, it's set to the defense spheroid.
Okay, so you have a defense spheroid activated. That lasts for 10 minutes. And go ahead and add 1 point of Astrofade.
Yeah, like I thought I could activate it, that it was hovering all the time, and I can activate it when I want to use it.
Oh, generally they would start to hover when you deploy them. But
okay. Yeah, then it's currently just idle mode.
That's okay.
It's not in use.
Yeah. No problem then. No worries.
What's the rest of my squad's names? I want to put that in the chat here.
Okay. Yeah. I'll give them to you real quick here. So you've got Arn Hagrinson. That's my Reaver NPC. Austin is playing Orville. He's the other Reaver. Mikhail is playing Farron. He is a what's the name of the class? Is it Stalker or something?
Stalker.
Yeah. And then Robin is playing Hector. He's the other mechanist in the group. Okay.
Gotcha. Yeah, well, if they're all out of tension, I'll just walk down the line, hands behind my back, and give them all a once over.
Yeah, Arn will actually take the glaive down. He has his scattergun, kind of strapped over his back, and he pulls the glaive down and frame so it goes into its full length. He's standing there with holding it, at attention at his side, staring straight ahead, saying nothing.
Excellent. Orville, straighten out your back.
And he does so, and you see that he has like a very slight smile on his face as he does so.
Well, I guess we look as good as we're going to look, huh? And I'll stand front, spearhead, arms folded behind my back, stance kind of wide, and just wait patiently.
Okay, so if you would like to introduce Praetor Wulfric to the situation, Lloyd, you may do so.
Yeah, you can keep them. They hear like a like a sort of offbeat servo noise, which is deliberate. He can hide that when he wants to, but he keeps it on. It seems to intimidate the little people, and so he would like to turn the corner. He's very large, 6'5" probably. He's old. He's got white hair and a white beard, and a sort of scragged, craggy face with scars, and he's got a tattoo on the side of his head, the symbol of Sept Grimoire. These three interlocked triangles. He's got this suit of eel-bone armor on. It does seem quite advanced. Various panels and things, and lights, powered Astra of various different colors flowing through it. You can see that strapped magnetically to one hip is a long axe. It's got at the head of it this sort of nozzle. You would recognize this. It's a flame thrower. He's also got his famous sidearm. It's this really chunky, thick revolver, sawn off, double barrel, more of a shotgun than anything else. But he keeps it by his side, and it would be well known, I think, to the soldiers of Grimar. And he would walk slowly towards the line, and kind of like walk right in your personal space. And he would, when he reaches Hector first, he would like look down at him, and he'll take a step to the next Farron, and he would see that Farron is doing his best to be the perfect soldier. Does he hold himself stern in the face of this Praetor?
Back straight, eyes forward, palm of butt of rifle in palm, leaning against shoulder.
He'll kind of like lean over and similarly go sniffing. He'll take a step towards Orville. Everything in order with Orville?
Yeah, Orville is standing very straight with his hands behind his back, and as soon as you approach, he kind of just launches into his sort of like, soldier spiel. Hortigard, Orville R, designation KD 707C, rank of Legionnaire, Distinguished Service Award, the Ozen Battle. And he just kind of stands waiting for your word.
Don't remember asking.
Sorry, sir. And he's still kind of smiling a little. I get a little overexcited in these situations.
Do I amuse you?
No, sir. I just love service.
Wipe that smile off your face.
He attempts, but you can tell that there's a bit of a struggle for him.
He'll turn to Gideon. Arganas, is there something wrong with this soldier?
It seems that sometimes his tongue works faster than his brain, sir. Please excuse him.
I see. He'll take another step in front of Arn and look him up and down.
Arn's about an inch taller than you. As I described earlier, like I said, he's built like a Mr. Universe bodybuilder type. He's standing there. He's also got eel bone half plate on. He's got his glaive held at his side, rigid. He's standing straight, not even moving. His eyes don't even blink. Almost like he's not even breathing. He's just so still.
Yeah, I think Wulfric appreciates that. He'll do the same gesture as with the others. He'll lean forward and, satisfied, take a step back. Well, it looks like you made it. To say I'm surprised.
Surprised? What makes you say that, sir?
Not many who can make that journey.
Yes, well, I guess we're counted among the few then.
Yes, you are. You wouldn't have been the first squad to get lost in the wastes.
Yes, well, we have an excellent navigator.
Name of the game is survival.
Wulfric rounds incredibly quickly and stomps over in front of you. I did not speak to you.
He says nothing. There's a glimmer in his eye, but that's about it. He's
I gotta slowly shake my head.
Arganas, it is clear to me that these men are obviously capable, but they seem to lack in discipline.
Yes, sir. Some of them, I say, as my gaze falls over two in particular. A little rough around the edges, but they've proven themselves time and time again. With a little more discipline, I'm sure they would be exemplars, like my towering friend Arn here.
Indeed. Legionary Arn seems to be able to maintain posture and keep his mouth shut, he'll say, looking at the rest of them.
Yes, the embodiment of a good soldier.
Did you encounter anything along the way?
A few native life forms impeded our path, but nothing we couldn't deal with, sir.
Permission to speak, sir.
Granted.
I did several scans with my ARC tool, and I couldn't detect any whisperlings on the way.
No, indeed, this part of our moon is mostly abandoned. The only thing you'd see at this far would be the thunderwolves, things like that.
I believe you're right, sir.
I know I'm right.
Hector takes a step back and holds his breath again.
So, you made it this far. Wasn't expecting that. I have to say that I'm pleased. It's rare that we can get soldiers like you who can make that journey. And without losing a man.
Yes, it wasn't easy, but this ragtag group here has got gusto, if you will.
Decanus, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Your specialization, Decanus, is in technology, no?
Are you speaking to me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, sir. Mechanist by trade. Technology. Something I very much enjoy getting my hands on. Seeing how I can adapt it, use it, modify it.
He kind of steeples his fingers as he talks, and he says, I think I believe that the technology is the future of this sept. The backbone, of course, is the soldier, and has long been the ragers of this sept. The great warriors have always been what you've counted on, but I believe that their future lies in harnessing this technology.
I agree. We can outfit a good soldier with good weapons. Imagine the possibilities.
And Arn speaks up. For the first time since you guys have heard him say anything since you really started climbing this mountain, he says, "Permission to speak, sir."
Granted.
He steps forward and he turns towards you, Praetor. And he walks towards you. He throws down his glaive, and he's one quick motion, he swings around his scattergun, and he blasts two shots into your chest.
Oh shit.
What's your armor class?
18.
18. Let me check here. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be 2 hits. So it's a double barrel scattergun, like I mentioned, and it does.
What the fuck, Arn?
Right, you going
What the fuck?
the first round hits you for 14 points of damage, and the second round hits for 10 more.
So right as he's walking over, Orville turns to Hector like, "Did you know that we could ask permission to speak?" And then he hears the gunshots and is immediately distracted.
And now everybody can roll for initiative.
Okay. I'm gonna be hollering at Arn. Arn, stand down, soldier. Have you gone AWOL? What's your damage?
Rolls. The damage was 24, I believe.
Yep.
Oh shit! I got a nat 20. Fucking yeah.
Yeah, me too.
What's that modified to?
Advantage on initiative, and my highest roll is a 6.
23 total for initiative. I'll put it in the chat here for you.
Okay. What did you end up with, Mikhail, with modifier?
9.
Modifier? 9. Okay. How did you do, Austin?
9 as well, I think. Dexterity 14 is
also
plus
9.
2. The dexterity of 14 is plus 2, right?
That's correct, yep.
Yeah. I always
And a
don't know
9
why
for
I always
Hector.
fuck that up.
Okay, so we got 2 ties there going. So I'm going to say Wulfric will go first on the 23s because of his. I'm just going to go by rank in that case. So it'll be Wulfric, then Gideon, and then I'll go Orville, Fair, and Hector in order. So the first person that gets to act is Wulfric. You've just taken 2 to the chest.
You sure have. So he staggers back. These shots blast into him, and you hear like the whine of the servo leg just as it like auto stabilizes him from falling over. And as he's like pulling himself back up, there's like a as the axe is magnetically taken off its harness, and as the revolver is pulled, he's going to run forward and he's going to attack once with the axe and once with the revolver.
Okay, go for it.
So the axe is a 19 to hit.
That will not hit. It'll hit his armor. It'll hit his armor, but it doesn't hit him.
Okay. It's a 22 for the revolver.
Okay, 22 will hit, so you can roll damage for that.
Plus, gonna be 21 for the revolver damage.
21. Oh, that was a double barrel, right? Both
Yeah.
barrels. Boom, boom. Okay. Got it. So let's see here. That's going to be... Got it. Okay.
I'm going to action surge and attack him again.
Okay.
So again, once with the axe, For a 19 again, which I guess misses, and oh, that's better. That will be a 26.
Okay, and damage on the revolver, second shot.
Uh,
Both barrels again.
yeah,
To
for
get
sure.
5 rounds, right? So
Yeah. It's a big one. So, 21 again.
okay, cool. So what happens anyway? You hit his armor twice with the axe, which is going to basically just decimate his armor essentially. And both shots went through with the revolver. I would like you to. You can describe it to me what it looks like if you like, and then also I'd like you to. No, just describe it to me. That's enough for now.
Yeah. So Wulfric, as I said, like the leg begins to and pulls him back into standing. He like swings with the axe, like clang, but doesn't seem to penetrate the armor. But as he's right up next to him, he like takes the revolver, puts it under his armpit, and fires, blowing a chunk. He swings with the axe again, and it like scrapes across the chest to no avail. But the revolver again finds a weak spot, just where the collarbone is, and fires.
Okay, so you see blood coming out of the 2 gunshot wounds where they've pierced the flesh, and you can see his armor is now like hanging off of him almost in tatters from your 2 mighty axe blows. But Gideon.
So, as I'm seeing this melee ensue, I'm trying to get a read on freaking Arn here. Like, is he responding, to my commands? Like, what's the look in his eyes? What's going on here?
Okay, give me let's call it an insight check.
Let's see, insight. What is my okay?
Should be modified by wisdom, I'm sure.
Yeah. It's a 20. 19 plus 1.
He's not responding at all to your orders. He doesn't even seem to be paying attention to you at all. He's just, it's almost like he's hypnotized or something. He just seems to be dead to the world around him. His eyes are focused right on.
Right. Okay. Well, shit, in that case, I guess we're going to have to try to put him down. I'd like to make a note, too, that I'm using non-lethal force. So you'll see the 3 like arachnid-like arms that are on this this backpack-like thing that Gideon has, that I have, fold out 2 to either side and 1 arcing over my head. And the ends begin to glow red as plasma beams arc out into Arn. This is my sentries, by the way.
Non-lethal plasma beams?
I mean, set to stun, buddy.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, so
okay,
2.
I'll allow that.
We've established we need a 20 to hit him, right? So 2 will hit, the 3rd one will miss.
And they're on a stun setting, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
And then the damage for it is... let me just double check. I add my mod to that, right? Yeah, so it's 9 force damage for the first one. And 6 force damage for the second one. So 12 total.
He doesn't even budge. He just keeps moving.
Okay.
So those are your sentries, right?
Yeah, I guess I use my
you
action.
You still get your own action. Exactly.
Yes. Fuck. All right. So I'll level my arm at him. And you'll see the gauntlet kind of slide apart as a small projectile rises from my forearm. And I'm going to shoot it at him.
Okay.
20, 22, that'll hit.
I'll hit him.
And that will do, let's see, that's going to be +3, okay. 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay. What is this, like a rocket kind of thing?
Yeah, it's like a mini rocket.
Mm-hmm. So it hits him. Where would you say it hit him?
Since I'm trying to do non-lethal damage here, I guess I'll try to kneecap his ass.
Okay, so it blasts into his kneecap and it explodes, and little bits of shrapnel fly off of it, and it decimates another part of his armor over by the leg coverings. But again, it doesn't even seem to slow him down. No signs of any damage, no blood.
And I'll holler at the guys too. Say, non-lethal. Something's wrong with him.
Okay. So Arn goes next. He's already dropped his glaive. He swung around the shotgun, the scattergun, and blasted you twice. It only had 2 rounds in it, so he's not going to take the time to reload it. Instead, he just kind of lets go of it, and it kind of hangs down almost in front of his waist. Snaps his arms out to his sides, and 3-foot-long blades shoot out of his arms, kind of like right up over his hands, like the back part of his forearm, you know. And
Fuck you,
and everything as blood comes flying out of there and everything as he does that, and he will make 2 attacks against Wulfric. Let's see. It's his. Okay, that one will miss, and that one will hit for 7 points of damage.
Okay.
So yeah, he's got basically like they're essentially like longsword blades sticking out of each of his arms. Each of his arms.
Like
You can see the
fucking-
blood running down it.
Like Baraka for Mortal Kombat, yeah.
Something kind of like that, yeah. Like you can see blood running down one of them. The one he missed with, that's obviously his own blood, and the other one has blood on both the base of it and the tip of it. So he's got a bit of your blood and a bit of his own blood there. And he's like right up in your face, basically, Wulfric.
Yep.
Next in.
You could have hit there, Ian.
Sorry, I said next in order would be Orville, but you lost him.
Okay. So how far away am I from all of this? Probably like
Yeah, I mean
15, 20 feet?
at most, if even. Yeah.
Okay. I kind of want to try to move a little bit to the side so that I'm not like at risk of shooting Praetor. But I want to. Orville's going to kind of try to react as quickly as he can with his rifle, and he's going to fire both barrels at Arn. Trying to, I guess, shoot him low in the body because he was told not to do lethal damage, but at the same time, he's more of a killer than a knocker-outer, and it seems like it's more important to save the high-ranking guy's life than, non-lethally attack the other guy. And,
Sure.
shit. Okay, so that's only going to be a 10
Miss
to hit.
complete.
Well, then I'm actually going to use my action surge, although I'm also going to use my bonus action energy weapons thing to wreath my rifle in red Astra. So I get 1 Astra Fade for that. Meant to do that last one, and this one's only a 16 to hit.
Okay, so again, it'll hit like part of his armor. His armor is all banged up and fucked up, but
All right.
it will be Farron's turn next.
If I could do non-lethal, I'll do non-lethal. Maybe. So my movement speed is 10 feet further first round. Well, my first turn during an encounter. So I am going to move 40 feet back.
Okay, so
And
you're
then-
like probably about 50 feet from him then, maybe 55.
Now I have a question.
Sure.
How does the extra attack work in this system?
Extra attack just means you get 2 attacks per round. So,
Okay, so
yeah.
during first round
So when you
combat,
do, you do one attack action, but you get 2 attacks in that action.
So does that mean I can do 3 attacks this round?
I'm sorry, could you read that again? I was talking over you. I apologize.
On your first turn of during combat, you gain 10 feet of movement speed, and if you use an attack action, you can make 1 additional attack during that turn.
Correct. So you get 3 attacks.
Yeah, so he'll just get to that distance, kneel, and calmly fire 3 rounds at the man.
Cool. What kind of weapon are you using?
A sniper rifle.
Nice.
All right, first one will be 16. I don't think that hits.
Nope. Nope, that'll hit his armor.
25.
That will hit.
And 22.
That one will also hit. Just go ahead and roll your damage.
All right, I roll from my rifle. This is my rifle. This is my gun. This is for fighting. This is for fun. Ooh, fun. 2d6 plus 3. All right, so first one we'll do, that hits anyway, we'll do 9 damage.
Okay.
The second one will do 13 damage.
Okay. So the first one seemingly does no damage, even though it punches right through his armor. Second one punches through his armor, and you'll see a small trickle of blood coming from it. So I'll let you go ahead and describe where you shoot him and what it looks like.
Yeah, so I kneeled, and as I'm turning, it's just bam, bam, bam. 3 bullets, rapid succession. First one hits the ground in front of him, and then the next 2 just, first one hits the armor, and the next one hits right where that bullet did, and that's where the trickle of blood starts coming out.
And all things considered, considering you just took 2 sniper rifle blasts to that area, the amount of blood coming out of it seems quite minuscule. But it's your turn then, Hector.
Oh, wait, for a bonus action, I will aim.
Oh, sorry.
And that'll be the end of my turn.
You aim?
Yeah, Astral Scope will give me advantage on my next attack.
Brilliant. Good stuff. And then it's your turn, Hector.
Hector can't really believe the message he was given, so he asks back to Gideon, Lord, permission to use deadly force?
He questioned my orders.
You can see he doesn't like the message he gets, so he brings up his scatter gun, and you can see he aims for his spine.
Okay.
And that's going to be 22 to hit.
Very good. And that will definitely hit and penetrate.
Yeah, what he will do, he will shoot off both his barrels, and since he's engaged, I think he grants the sneak attack thing as well.
Yes, that would be correct.
And with the extra barrel, that gives an extra weapon die, doesn't it?
It does indeed, yes.
Okay, yeah, so 2d10s and 2d6s then.
What the fuck is day up?
Oh man, 10 and 1. 11 plus 11, 22 plus 3, 24 damage.
22 plus 3 is 25. Is that all with the first shot?
Yeah, sorry, 25. That's both barrels.
Oh, yeah. But it's with a single attack. That's no problem. I just want to make sure it's coming from a single source. So, okay, so he is going to take...
I don't think I can do a second attack.
No, you're right. You can't because you're not a shredder. That's right.
Yeah, it's only 1 into 1 pool. And I'll... most likely I would have done this first, but I'll use my bonus action to activate one of those medical steroids and aim it to Wulfric.
Sure.
And I don't activate it, so he can choose to activate it if he like, or it will automatically triggers when it drops to 0.
Right, yeah, so it starts to kind of circle around him. It's one of the like small little spheres. It starts kind of orbiting around Wulfric. And since you activated the medical spheroid, that would be blue Astra, I believe, is for healing and stuff. So yeah, so it's kind of glowing with a light blue glow to it. And your shot took out a big chunk of the back part of his armor, and you saw a decent amount of blood spray out of it, a pretty satisfactory amount. Although, again, he just doesn't even seem phased, almost barely slowed down. It doesn't throw him forward with force or anything. He just took it on the chin.
And my gun only have 2 shots. How long does it take to reload?
Reload is a bonus.
Okay.
Anybody know for sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a bonus action to reload. Or you can use an action as well.
Yeah, you can reload with a bonus action next round, and then fire again if you want.
Cool. Then I'm done.
But you already used your bonus action this round, so.
Yeah.
Okay, that takes us back up to the top of the order. First round of combat done, and it's Praetor Wulfric.
Oh, I fucking loses it. I'm going to try and rip this dude apart. So I'm going to do the same
Not
thing.
lethal, bro.
Oh, he's going to murder him.
Praetor, bro.
if he can try to murder him, he certainly will do so. 20 exactly on the axe, and
you only have 1 bullet left.
Yeah, so I can't do the double. I miss anyway. I get a 9 and 8, which is 17. So I miss with that one.
Okay. So what's your damage on the axe?
The axe is 1d8. Wait. Plus.
Oh shit! Finally, hey, I can hear you guys again.
So it is 12 slashing damage with the axe.
12 slashing damage. Okay, it barely. So it cuts through the armor again, and at this point, the breastplate is basically nearly falling off of his armor. It's like hanging down in front of his legs, and as you slash through, and you cut a bit of flesh and clothing away from him. And I'd like you to roll a perception check for me, Wulfric.
Yes, sir.
Blood comes out of the wound as it bites into his pectoral muscles, essentially.
17 on the die, plus 3 for proficiency and 1 for wisdom is 21.
When you hacked into him, this axe should be able to cut through flesh and bone, but you met an unnatural amount of resistance, and as you pull the axe away, the wound doesn't look anywhere near as bad as it should. There's blood coming out of it, but again, he doesn't even look enraged. He has no emotion on his face whatsoever. He's just calm and fucking, yeah.
I'm thinking like Barrowmech or something, for sure. So I'm going to, I guess I could take that slash and I pull the axe out and I realize I'm not doing much. So I'll flick the switch on it and it will the head will be ignited and there'll be this sort of dull hum as I ignite the energy weapon as a bonus action for next turn.
Cool. So that costs a point of Astrofade.
Yeah.
And you now have a reddish astral glow around your axe.
Exactly.
And it brings us. I'm sorry.
Would we get the same as him? That is, might not be a human.
That's up to yourselves, but you haven't touched him or anything yet. So.
Okay, yeah. So it wasn't visible. It was just.
I mean, he's definitely taken enough damage. It probably would have felled any one of you if you had taken that much damage in a round of combat. But he's still going, and he doesn't look hurt, other than the fact that he has multiple bleeding wounds. But he's not acting as if he's hurt.
Okay.
And it's your turn, Gideon.
All right. So once more, you see the sentries, charge up and then unleash 3 lancing beams at him. 1 hits for 4 points of force damage. And then I'm going to use my bonus action to reload. So you'll see another one of the rockets rotate into place on my forearm, and I want to burst fire and launch it at him.
Okay.
So
burst fire.
yeah, everything within
Burst
a 10
fire
foot,
affects.
everything in a 10
Right.
foot cube, which unfortunately this will also affect the Praetor. Well, I could aim it
Praetor.
behind him, I guess. Aim it behind him, so I just catch him in the blast. He's got to make a DC 15 deck saving throw or take the
Okay.
damage.
He does not make the saving throw. So how much damage does that do?
12 points of piercing damage.
12 points.
Yes.
Okay, and that uses 10 bullets.
Or the maximum amount of ammunition, which is 2 for this.
Okay, right, got it. Okay, yeah, like he essentially took a point of damage from that. So, you know, a superficial scratch essentially, as wounds go.
What?
Mhm.
Okay.
And then it's his turn. So, as
Well-
a bonus action, he reaches up. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Want to use my move action?
Oh, yeah,
Actually.
you still have a move action. Go for it.
And,
Where's your
and
move to?
up.
Right, you activate your jetpack and fly up.
Yeah. You'll see like the two like wing sort of deals like flick up and ignite, and I'm gonna fly up 50 feet.
Well, yeah, you can go about 20 feet up. There's a 20-foot ceiling.
Oh, we're in a building. Okay, that's good enough for me.
Yep. But if you want, you can kind of lay yourself prostrate against the ceiling almost, you know what I mean, and float up there if you want or whatever. But yeah.
Yeah.
And so then it's Arn's turn. And Arn will, with his bonus action, he'll reach up, grab the breastplate and just tear the armor off of him and throw it to the ground at his side. And then he'll make 2 attacks against the Praetor with his blades. First one will miss. Second one will hit, but it'll only do 5 points of damage.
Okay, that drops me.
Does it? Okay, so your medical
Yes, sir.
spirit automatically activates then.
Okay,
You get D8. You want to
Robin?
roll yourself, or you want me to roll?
go ahead.
6.
Excellent.
So it drops you, and then the medical spheroid sprays you with blue Astra, and you gain 6 hit points back.
Pure
You're on the ground,
adrenaline
but
in the
you're
eyes.
So then it goes to Orville again.
All right. So Orville immediately raises his rifle again, fires the single shot remaining in the chamber, and then we'll use his bonus action to reload. Son of a 1.
A 1. Okay,
Yeah.
so your weapon is now worn. And I'll tell you what that means in a second as soon as I on here. Here it is. So it's now worn. It has wear and tear. With an attack roll on 1, it will gain the next severity of item condition, and which would be malfunctioning. But at the moment, it's just worn. Okay, so just make note of that.
Okay, worn rifle. Damn it,
Mhm.
damn it.
Yeah,
I
and
still
we'll
reload.
say we'll say basically it jammed up, and you had to like clear the chamber, and so in forcing the chamber clear, it's caused some wear and tear to the rifle. Okay, then you clear the chamber, you reload, and it will be Farron's turn.
All right. As a bonus action, he'll, as he's aiming, he flicks a switch on his rifle, and red energy starts to pour out of the barrel.
Nice.
And that'll be him
So
turning on his energy weapons. And now for his aimed shot. Come on, advantage. That will be 21.
just a quick check here. Energy weapons. Yep, cool. Okay, so 21 will hit.
And his second
Just want
shot
to make
will
sure. I
be,
couldn't remember if energy weapons worked on ranged weapons or not, but it does for sure. So
and his second shot will be a 16.
that will not. That'll hit him. You'll see it pierce the flesh, but doesn't seem to cause any damage.
All right,
So what was the
one that
damage on the
actually
first hit?
does do damage is 2d6 plus 3 plus 1d8. All right, so 13 plus 4 is 17.
17. Okay. Takes
And now that clip is out of ammo.
right, and that was with a rifle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So, and what position were you from him? I know that Orville is back behind. Or no, so Orville's off to the side of him, and
back.
Hector is
From
behind him.
that
So you're shooting him in
monster.
the back as well, basically, yeah?
Yeah.
So you're shooting him in the back as well. So yeah, you blow a big chunk off of his shoulder, and you can see like where the flesh has been blown off. You should be able to see like bone and stuff under there. There's definitely a lot of blood, but those of you who are behind him, that would be Hector and yourself, can see a glint of bloody metal where the
Goddamn
bone should
fucking
be.
robots. Fucking robots. Fucking robots. I hate robots.
And did you use a bonus action this round? You didn't, no? Or was
No, I
energy?
did. That's how I turned on the astral energy.
Okay, yeah, that was a bonus action. I couldn't remember if it was or not. So then it's your turn, Hector.
Yeah, I will use my bonus action to reload my scary gun, and I will use my main action on my arc tool to get an advantage on any deception, insight, intimidation, or persuasion checks when interacting with Spectre, Baromex, or other sapient constructs. And
Okay.
I'll try to command him to stand down.
Okay. Which skill are you using?
Intimidation.
Okay, go for it. Roll it.
I'll say, Arn, stand down. You're out of line. This is not your mission. You are to be terminated if you do not stop in a few seconds.
How far away from him are you, by the way?
How far away?
Yeah.
I guess 20 feet or so.
Okay, cool.
But apparently I pronounced his name incorrectly or something. I rolled a 2 and a 6 on my intimidation, so it's going to be the most 12, I think.
Yeah, he
No,
seems
fuck,
to
that's
just ignore
charisma.
you.
It's 5.
Yeah, he ignores you.
Cool. Then I'm done.
And that will bring us back to the top of the order. So it's Wulfric, lying on the ground, recently revived by the barrel, or by the what is it called? The spheroid, medical spheroid.
Not going to be. He drops the revolver since it's empty, and he like puts his hand on the ground, begins to push himself up, and there's like a wheeze and whine of servos in the armor, and like creaks and stuff. The weapon, which is still coated in Astra, he grips it in 2 hands, the axe, and is going to swing, trying to bring this hellish creature down. Okay. That's a critical hit on the first, and a miss for the second fishing.
Okay. Go ahead and give me some damage on that crit.
Happily.
Come on, crit.
Okay, so it's because it's energy. I assume that's doubled as well, right? It's all dice.
All dice are doubled. That's correct.
Ooh. Oh boy. Yeah.
Now I need you to give me 2 different values here. I need you to give me the weapon damage with your modifier, and then give me the energy damage separately.
Okay, no problem.
If that makes sense.
Yep. So the normal damage would be 20. That's from the weapon itself, and then the energy damage is 12.
Okay, that's the most damage any guys have done to him yet. So the actual weapon itself didn't cut through too deeply. I mean, you again hit through, and now you can see, you've struck metal beneath. He definitely does seem to be some kind of baromech, some kind of a machine underneath of this flesh and blood. But the energy did do a significant amount of damage to him, so congratulations on that. But he's still in pretty good health, and he's not stopping yet.
Okay.
And that's anything else to do?
No, I don't think so. I'm good.
Okay. He is going to attack you again. He started to turn towards Hector, but then when you stood up, he turned to face you again. So against you will be a miss.
Does he go before me?
Oh, actually, no, you're right. You're next, Gideon. Sorry.
Saved your life.
I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah. Could I try to make a tech check against him to like try and shut him down?
If you want to fly up and try to find some kind of thing on him or something, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, now that he's like, being exposed and such, I'd like to try to fly down and see if, there's something, on the base of his skull or neck or something that I can get access to try and shut him down.
Let me see here. Yeah, you'll have to do, basically, let me see, how would this work? You're going to try to some kind of a scan on him, essentially, yeah?
I could.
Or do you want to do an actual physical examination? He's a big, dangerous robot, so it's up to you.
What would I have to do the scan, I guess?
I would say you could use your arc tool. Not your arc tool, sorry.
I have a doohickey.
You don't have. What do you have? What doohickey?
Where'd it go? It's in the gear. Oh, that's for specters, isn't it? I'm looking at the Astra scanner.
Astra scanner?
Oh, that's for a ship specter, I guess. Never mind.
I don't remember what the Astra scanner was. That was a long time ago I ran that game.
You can scans for Astra and life forms in the current region. Can identify the approximate amount of Astra present, the color of Astra, and the approximate number of life forms capable of channeling Astra.
Right, gotcha. Yeah, you can do that if you want, but it's not going to necessarily reveal like a turn on and off switch on him or anything.
Well, I mean, I don't need an on and off switch. I just need access to him, a panel, something to fucking get into his mechanical workings. That's all I need. Hasn't like chunks been blown off of him or something with all this ass whooping that's been laid down?
Chunks of flesh and blood and stuff, yeah. Underneath those seems to be some kind of a steel chassis.
Fuck it, YOLO. I'm gonna fly down and fucking get my arc tools on him and try and examine his chassis. I suspect that the most likely place for this would be around the skull region.
Okay, give me you fly down to him. You can do that in one movement. And give me an investigation check.
Okay. Let me just double check what my damn investigation is. Okay. Oh, fuck. 10.
You don't find any kind of access panels or anything of that sort.
That is 10. I'm sorry, Ian. I was looking at the wrong thing. I had the dice roller scrolled down, actually. I was looking at my old rolls, my man.
Okay.
Yeah, my bad, dude. I'm sorry. It's actually a 26.
A 26?
Yes.
Okay.
I pre-rolled all my rolls for my fucking laser beam, so I had it ready and was looking at those.
So what you discover as you get down and kind of, you're got your arc tool out. You're trying to find some kind of a weakness on this guy. He does seem to have some kind of an energy core, a power core, like a huge energy reading, but it's coming from deep within his chest.
Oh, shit.
There's still a whole bunch of flesh, blood, and metal in between you and him. You and it, I should say.
Right.
Anything else? That's your action, your movement. Got
Well,
a bonus action?
I still have movement left, so I'll use movement to fly back up.
How much movement do you have?
50.
Cool. Yep, you can fly right back up.
And then I guess I'll use the fucking sentries. And those rolls were, where'd it go? 23, 25, and 10. So 2 hit, I assume.
Okay, give me some damage.
And the damage was 8 force and 5 force.
Completely negligible. He doesn't seem phased at all.
It's fucking force damage, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then it's his turn.
Yeah, I'm
He'll make his 2 attacks against Wulfric. So first
was
one,
it?
miss.
It was an action and a move action, right, Ian, to fly down and examine him.
Yep.
Right? So I
Yeah,
still
you got
have
a
a
bonus
bonus
action?
action. I do. I'm
Okay.
gonna send a healing spheroid to Wulfric.
Okay, cool.
And minor 2d8 since the archetype that I chose.
You're a fixer, right?
Yes, a healing spheroid upgrade.
They would always be D8s, but I think you get...
I get an extra
die or
dice.
something?
Yeah, so it's
Yeah,
2d8.
so he gets 2d8, yeah, because you're a fixer. Correct.
Yep.
Okay. No problem. And he missed with both of his attacks against you this round, Wulfric, but he's still right up in your face.
Okay.
And it's then Orville's turn. After Heath's 10-minute-long turn.
All right. So since I've reloaded at this point, I'm definitely not trying to get any sort of non-lethal damage. Obviously, I'm gonna go ahead and use another double barrel blast of this rifle, going straight for his face.
Right. So you got to use your bonus action to reload, I think, was it? Oh, no, you still have...
I did that on the last one, yeah. I did
Right,
that. I did
cool.
that on the last turn.
Cool. Yep, so go for it.
All right, so let's see. I rolled a 13, and that's a +5, so 18. Yeah, bad at math.
18 does not penetrate.
Nope.
It penetrates flesh and blood, but doesn't hit his chassis.
All right, and then am I able to reload just the 2 bullets that I spent, like, as a bonus action after that, like, or do you have to wait till you use all 5?
Nah, man, you can reload, I guess, if you want. Yeah.
I mean, I've got nothing else to do, so I might as well reload it so that I'm fully stocked for the next one.
No problem. Then it's a...
What?
It's your turn.
Okay. Yeah, you cut out there for a second. Sorry. Oh yeah, beginning of the turn, he'll reload. And then he'll calmly take another 2 shots at the man.
Excellent. Go for it.
First one will be a 23.
That'll hit.
And the second one will be a 12. So I'm guessing that one
that does
misses.
not. Yeah.
All right, so 10 damage from the bullet and 3 force damage.
Okay, so the bullet does no damage, and he takes... Not from the force damage. Force damage or energy damage? It was energy damage, wasn't it?
Yeah,
The energy weapon. Okay. Got it. Okay, then.
will be
And
the end of his turn.
Next then is Hector.
Gideon, are we allowed to use level force now?
Yes.
Yes, engage lethal force.
I'll aim at Arn's head this time with a
Back that wasn't
shotgun
already.
or with a scattergun.
Aim for the chest. Aim for the chest.
16 on the die. 22.
That will hit.
Hey. Both barrels. Oh, this is not so. 17 plus 4 this time. So 21 plus 3, 24.
24 damage?
Yeah.
Okay,
Both
that's not
barrels.
Astral Enhance or anything, right? Just, yeah. So let's see. This does, okay.
Guess it's a scattergun, so it doesn't say damage type, but some sort of
Got
shrapnel.
it. Yeah, no, I just couldn't remember if you didn't have energy weapons. Of course not. So, yep. Okay, got it.
And I'll spend my bonus action to quickly reload my gun again.
You see flesh and hair and blood spray off of his head as you're still kind of behind him, right? So you shoot him in like the back of the head.
Yeah.
And you can still see, you can see even more of that shiny metal chassis underneath, shaped like a skull, but
I'm working on giving him a scattergun lobotomy.
that takes us back to the top of the order with Wulfric.
Good shooting, Hector.
So Wulfric is like breathing heavily. He's like coughing blood. He has like white beard, now red, as he just like struggles desperately to take this thing down before it takes him down. He's going to swing his axe two-handed again.
Okay.
It's 22 total. And that is even more than that. It is a 26 total.
It's 2 hits.
Yes, sir. Is the energy on one attack on your turn or on all attacks?
All attacks.
For 1 hour. Okay, sweet. So
I'm keeping a round counter here, so.
yeah, we probably won't get to an hour, I think.
Sorry, 1 hour.
Yeah. 14 force damage and 9 and 8 is 16 normal.
Okay. So he takes. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, he's just like desperately like lashing out with like his knees and his elbows, and like when he sees an opening, the axe just like slashes into it, and he tries to pull out whatever circuitry or guts are inside. Doesn't matter anymore.
That second blow actually seems to stagger him for a second. He kind of goes down to one knee and then stands right back up. And it's then Gideon's turn.
I drop a thermal detonator. We have those, right?
I don't think so.
Oh. Plan C.
Nuke it from orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
Kill it with fire. I need to expose his chest. Ain't exposed yet.
No, I mean he's got a big chunk blown out of his back. Spine area. He's got a big chunk of flesh missing from the back of his skull area. He's got a lot of, bits of his chest area where it's been cut up a bit from the axe blows. But
I mean, based on what I found though, like I need to access his chest panel to try and shut him down. Is that what I'm getting at? Like I can't get into the back of his head, or
no, the energy core where the energy source seems to be reading from somewhere deep inside of his chest.
Son of a bitch. All right, I'm gonna aim for his chest and try to fucking chunk it out. Okay.
That sounds like a failed hip hop song.
All right, 19, 9, and 11.
Okay, that's all 3 misses.
Right, that's right. Needed 20 to hit this fucking clown. Okay, and then for my rocket launcher, 24.
That will hit.
And that will
Damage?
do 10 points of piercing damage. At this point, I don't care if it actually wounds him. I just want to blow the flesh away.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, 10 points of piercing damage.
Okay, yeah, you melt away some of the flesh, and now you can see the kind of steel. It's not. There's no ribs or anything like that. It's not like an actual skeleton. It's just a solid steel plate. It looks like, but
Right.
doesn't seem to do any damage. The chassis is a little darkened, but
All right, that's all I need, I think.
okay. Anything else?
Yeah, I'll use another bonus action to send a second spheroid to the Praetor there.
Okay, give yourself another point of astrophae then.
Mm-hmm. So he's
You
got
2 of those medical spheroids around you, Praetor.
that's a potential 4d8 healing, whenever
we're
you're
gonna-
feeling froggy.
So, sorry, can I just ask, is it an action on my turn to use those, or how does it work?
You can
I
just
think it's a free
activate them.
action.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow,
I think
okay.
it's free
I should have been doing that.
Well, I mean, you could
But I
like
thought you
let
were
it
saving them
chill.
to get you up when you go down or something.
Yeah,
Because they
so
automatically activate. They automatically activate if you hit 0 hit points.
Okay.
It says that a creature can only have one spheroid die at a time.
Oh, it does say that, doesn't it?
Oh, then I'll hold
So,
off on
yeah.
the second
So
one.
okay.
Okay, I'll
Do
use
you want to do
the one
something
I
else
have
in your
and then-
bonus action?
My bonus action I use to reload.
Okay, cool.
And that's it for me.
And then it's his turn. And all eyes on the Praetor. This is with his first attack. Man, this die is treating me poorly. Second attack hits for 8 points of damage. Wulfric.
Sorry, to me? Yeah, I'm down again.
Okay, you're down again, so you can. That spheroid will automatically activate. So go ahead and roll your 2d8.
Oh, that's nice. 14.
So you're on the ground again, but you're, the spheroid blasts you with blue astra, and you're back up to 14 hit points. Your eyes shoot open again.
Doggedly hanging on.
Your life has flashed before your eyes twice so far in the last 2 or 3 rounds. And that brings us to Orville.
All right. Well, since I still have the Astra glowing around this rifle, I'm gonna take another double shot at him with these secondary barrel, and I'm gonna use a different die so I don't roll another one. It's only a 12.
That will unfortunately not hit.
And then another bonus action just to pop 2 more bullets back into to replace the 2 I just spent.
Just keep track of your ammo. I'm not counting. So, and you guys all have at least 25 bullets each anyway. So
Yep, I've spent
and
9.
that's on top of whatever your weapon had in the first place. So, Farron, it's your turn.
Alrighty. First action will be a bonus action to aim, giving me advantage on that first shot. And that's a nat 20. Thank you, advantage, because the other one was a 2.
Okay, well,
And
you
then
can
the
roll damage
second
for the
shot-
crit, double all dice. Oh, sorry, yeah.
Second shot will be 12.
Sorry, when you said the other one was a 2, I didn't realize that was on the advantage roll. Got it.
Yeah.
And a 12 doesn't hit. So go ahead and give me damage roll for the crit.
So 2d8.
Double all dice, and then the modifier stays the same.
4d6. Where is my other d8? Here, d8. All right. That's 2, 5, 8, 13 for the bullet, and 9 for the force damage for the energy.
Okay. So, okay. Again, he's starting to stagger a little bit, but he's still going. And anything else you want to do in this turn, Fair? Use your
that's
bonus
the end of
action
it.
and your attack action. Yeah, okay. So it goes to you, Robin. Or Hector, sorry.
Wulfric is standing now, isn't he? Or are you down again?
He's still down, but he's been revived again
Yeah.
with the
Okay.
bonus trade.
Yeah, I'll use my bonus action to throw out the defense spheroid, which will add him 6 to AC for a round.
Okay.
And I will try to shoot the guy again with my scatter gun.
Yep, go for it.
I don't think this will 14 on the die. That's actually a 20.
Okay, that'll hit.
Okay, and I'll use both barrels again. Oh, that was worse. Fuck. On 2d6s and 2d10s, I got 11 damage. Plus 3 though,
Okay.
so 14.
Gotcha. So he takes. Hold on a second. I tallied something wrong last time, so he takes 2. Okay, got it. Cool. Yep, it hits him a little in the armor, whatever it is, the exoskeleton that he has, or it's more of an endoskeleton, I guess. But yeah. And that brings us back to the top of the order with Wulfric.
Okay, so I have this spheroid on me that gives me +6 armor class?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't have to activate it, right? It's just on.
No, it's activated when I throw it, and it lasts
Okay.
until my next turn.
Awesome, okay. Then I'm going to continue trying to break this robot in half. With a 22 and a miss. So 7 energy damage and 10 normal damage.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, he's just wailing on this thing, trying to take it down. He's seeing the afterlife flash before him over and over again, but he's just keeps getting back up.
Indeed. And it is your turn, Gideon.
All right, so the chest plate's exposed. I want to try to access it. There has to be some means in which to access it to, fix internal workings, or, power supplies and things of the sort.
So you can fly down you can kind of get between him and Wulfric, essentially, and try to see if you can open up the chest plate with your arc tool.
Correct.
Okay, roll an arc tool check.
Let's see here. Arc tool check. What the fuck is
Yep, should be under your proficiencies. Should say arc tool.
Oh, okay.
So it would be whatever your dexterity bonus is plus your proficiency bonus added to a d20.
Okay, I got you.
Unless you're specialized in it, in which case you get double your proficiency bonus.
No,
Not specialized with expertise.
I'm just going to use my gearhead and allow me to automatically succeed on a check using my arc tool.
Good idea. Good thinking. So yeah, so the chest kind of like opens up almost like a double door, and you see this device in there. It seems to be kind of implanted inside. It's glowing with blue astray. It looks almost like a weapon clip or something. It's kind of shape and size like a long magazine clip, and it's pulsing with blue astra.
I want to rip it out. I'm going to grab it and rip it the fuck out.
Okay, let's see. So you've used your action to open the chassis. So do you have 2 attack or 2 extra action or anything?
I mean, I have my sentries, I guess. They can do stuff.
They can shoot him. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I tell you what, if you want to try to have them target directly at that device, I'm going to increase the armor class, but I'll give you a chance anyway.
all right. That's what we're going to go for.
Okay.
Don't fail me now, you fucking pieces of shit. If this is a rehash of the last game. Oh, shit. First one's a nat 20, and then a 7.
Okay.
And then a 25.
Okay, well, the first one's a nat 20, so it's going to hit. The third one is going to hit too with a 25.
All right. That'll be 8 and 8, so 16 points of force damage total.
Okay. So let's see here. Who all is within... Oh, you all are. Yeah. Now, let me
How many
calculate
feet?
this damage. 300 feet.
Oh, god damn.
I may have made a mistake here, guys.
Sorry, it's no, it's a 150-foot radius. But yeah, you're all within that radius anyway. Let's see here.
Want a bonus action to put a spheroid on myself?
You can do that, but that's going to happen after it gets shot, so you can't do that just yet. I will let you guys all roll dexterity checks to take half damage, for the potential to take half damage anyway, from this essentially like small nuclear explosion that's about to go off.
Does the spheroid that's on me help me in any way with this? I've got the armor spheroid.
It's an area effect, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it doesn't affect your saving throws. No, it affects your armor class. So
Okay.
That's a 22.
okay, so you're going to take half damage with a 22. Anybody else roll well on the dex save?
No, I got a 10.
You got a 10. Okay. I'm going to tally up some damage here.
It's a lot of dice there, buddy.
Hold on, I'm not done yet.
I mean, it sounds good. You're done.
I'm trying to add here, man.
Stop rolling dice.
Okay.
That's when you start vomiting.
Did anybody else take half damage?
What's
Everybody
the
else take
save
full
DC?
The save DC is 16.
I managed. I rolled a 13 plus 6.
Okay. So Hector,
Yeah, I
and
rolled
was
an
it
18.
Orville that rolled a 22?
No,
Farron got
Farron.
an 18. Farron got a 22. Okay, so Gideon and Wulfric are the two highest ranking officers are the only two taking full damage. You guys take 72 points of damage each.
Uh-huh.
The other guys take 36 each.
What?
72 points of damage.
Yeah, I mean, I heard you.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so I'm down.
I'm up, but I'm bloodied. Because bloody
Seems
is
okay.
under half, right?
Yeah, Farron is still up.
Seems to be a new chain of command here now.
Hector,
I'm
you're
not
still
dead.
up?
I'm
Or you
just
down?
down.
Not yet.
You're up? Okay. Orville, are you
It's
up
the
or
two
down?
roguelike people still standing at this point.
Orville, does 36 drop you or are you still up? You should still be up, actually.
Yeah, sorry, my thing was cutting out. Yeah, I'm still up.
Nice.
Okay, cool. So let me see here. It's going to take about a minute for the smoke to clear and for you to reorient yourselves. So I'm going to need I just need death saves basically until you either die, stabilize, or get back up from Wulfric and from Gideon.
Could the rest of us interact with them while they're doing this?
Not right away because like a nuclear bomb, a small nuclear bomb just exploded in your face, so you're all disoriented.
So does my coffin protocol go off as my suit's reading like a flat line and send out my medical spheroid?
No.
Oh, it's worth a shot. Okay.
The third roll, my death saves, I got a 9, a 6, and I got a natural 20. So I think I stabilize.
Okay, you do. Yeah, you in fact, you get 1 hit point back. You gasp and revive.
Just cannot seem to die. Like holding on to the axe desperately means like, I'm too old for this shit.
I got a 16, a 20, and a 13.
Well, the 20 will revive you at 1 hit point as well then. So as it starts to clear and the ringing in your ears wears off and you start to be able to see again, Gideon and Wulfric are both on the ground, but they're coughing and breathing. All of you, your armor at this point, all of your armor, weapons, and gear has all taken another level of wear and tear. Like every piece of armor or weapon any of you guys have on you. So essentially, anything that wasn't damaged is worn. Anything that was worn already is malfunctioning, and I don't think anybody had anything worse than that. So malfunctioning, just for the record, to let you know what that means, Austin, because I think that's your gun, right?
Yeah.
Malfunctioning means that the item is not performing fully, so all attack rolls are made at disadvantage. But
Great.
yeah.
As soon as I get the chance, I dispatched one of those medical spares to Wulfric.
Okay. Mark another point of Astrofade. Have you gone over your limit yet?
Yeah, I'm 3 out of 3 now.
Okay, you're at your limit. Okay.
What will I have to do if I go above?
If you go above your limit, every time you expend Astra, once you've reached your limit, we roll on a chart to see for other effects.
That must be tried.
So, was it? You can roll the die to see how many hit points. I'm sure Wulfric will use it right away. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fuck, sorry man. It's gonna be 3. I just need to see if he gets my modifier as well.
Okay.
And add that number. No, sorry. Regain. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's 3 HP.
Okay. I'll reach into like this sort of compartment that pops out of the mechanical leg, and I'll take out the mender and like stim pack to get a hit die worth of hit points back. Give me another 7.
I will mender myself as well.
How much do those give back?
Your hit die.
1 hit die.
Oh, right. Okay.
Is that a hit die plus con? Like normal hit dice?
Menders. So as an action, creature spends a mender charge. Yeah, it is plus con. Yep.
I forget, man. What's the mechanist hit die? A D8?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I will also hit myself with one of my mender uses and then look around to see if we're about to get hit by anything else.
Fucking whopping
Because
one.
that timing was suspect. So for the mender, I get 4 hit points back.
All right.
Yeah, there's like almost nothing left of Arn. All the flesh and the stuff is gone. There's bits of, robotic, metal pieces lying all over the fucking place.
Can I possibly salvage anything from him?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
You can start picking up pieces and stuff. Yeah, there's nothing left of the core. It's gone.
No, but like I need a 5 glint worth of materials to construct the spheroid sentry.
Oh, yeah, easily.
Yeah, cool.
You're just using his body parts.
Yeah, there's
That's
plenty
great.
of scrap metal. I mean,
Yeah, I'll salvage some as well to fix my crap. And then I also want to keep some of this alloy.
I think Wulfric would stand up kind of blearily and look down at the thing, and he would say, Gideon, Hector, search for some marking from another sept. I suspect we'll know.
Gideon, give me an investigation check.
Okay, I can do
Since you were
that.
checking out the alloy.
18 total.
18 total. This seems to be consistent with an experimental alloy that as well-experienced mechanist was being being tested by Septrython, the Sovereign.
Indeed. So you see, I'm holding this alloy and running my hand over it as like a holographic lights like beam around it, like scanning it. And there's a few beeping noises, and I look at my forearm. There's a hollow projector giving some data points on the alloy itself, some of its makeup. And I start swiping through it, and I stop for a moment, kind of ponder, say, "Yeah, interesting. You might want to check this out, Praetor."
What is it?
And I hit a couple buttons and then wave my hand out and project an image onto the ground, like a larger image of the data that it's showing and the sept that this is affiliated with.
Trython.
Indeed. There were rumors that they were experimenting with a new alloy, extremely durable, as we've seen. What the purpose behind it was, we weren't sure. We assumed weapons. We can see now that they're making machines out of it.
I mean, Arn was indistinguishable from a person. These things could be anywhere.
Indeed.
Except he tried too hard.
He passed all preliminary examinations. We were none the wiser. He was a good soldier for as long as he was on the squad. A few months. If they can.
This is very troubling. They could have things like this all throughout our forces. We need to immediately implement scans of every soldier.
Absolutely. I was able to detect the power source after implementing a high gamma wave parse matrix scan transmitting to the analog GB network. I suggest that we outfit our soldiers or our long-range scanners with the capability to do these deep searches.
He's like nodding, although he has
scope.
no idea what you're saying, but he's nodding anyway. Yes, see that you do.
In the meantime, though, Praetor, it might be wise to take some of this material with us. We can perhaps reverse engineer its makeup and use this to our advantage.
I agree. If we can reverse engineer this and make our own, well, that would be most fitting.
Agreed.
Damn them.
So I'll do a roll call. So if you're alive, speak up.
Alive and searching the perimeter for more bogies.
Yeah, I have tasked myself with putting up my spheroid sentries around to secure a perimeter around the entrance, and I've been sitting down with my arc tool to listening to what's it called, the com thing we have, the whisper links. Yeah, to see if there's anything of interest.
Not picking up anything.
No.
Like I said, it has about a 1 mile range, but yeah, you're not picking up anything.
After I finish my circuit, I'll walk up to him to see what he's doing and just kind of watch with interest.
And what about Orville?
Orville is messing with the kind of the area where his rifle jammed. Now that this fight is sort of finished, and after a moment or two of this, he'll walk over to let me see, Hector, either Hector or Farron, either whichever one seems like he's the least busy, and ask if either like, excuse me, I don't mean to bother you. I just my rifle seems to be a little bit jammed up. I don't suppose either of you you have the expertise to kind of give it a once over.
That's not part of my skill set, unfortunately. What role would that fall under, out of curiosity?
Let me see here. So there's a thing here about repairing weapon conditions. You can make an intelligence check during a short or long rest, adding proficiency with Arc Tool if you have it, to attempt to remove item conditions. You also have to use a denoted amount of materials and replacement parts. So for his malfunctioning rifle to be brought to worn status, it would be a DC 15 intelligence check plus 25 glint to repair. And take an item from worn to, back to full condition is DC 10 intelligence check and 10 more glint to repair.
Wow, we can look into this later when we have a little more time. I'll check the perimeter as well, I suppose. And he'll kind of wander off to see, like he'll put his rifle away and pull the glaive out and start kind of poking around.
Hit me up when we break for night. I can have a look at it, but I'm currently watching for Whisperlink comes.
My stuff isn't bad, so if we have any extra parts, we can look at those, but they're all still in working order. What are you working on right here?
I'm just listening in to see if there's any communication that is not meant for us in the area.
Any hits?
Any hits?
You get nothing.
No, dead silence.
Damn.
I prefer that. We took a hit. We need to gather ourselves before we go out and fight more stuff, I think. So
This
I'm
isn't
happy
the
it's
kind
silent.
of attack you launch and just expect it to be the one-off thing. You follow up after a suicide bomb.
To be honest, I think maybe they underestimated us. I think they programmed that thing to kill us all, and they trusted it would do.
Could be right there. Never did like that try hard.
But
Always so serious.
this is just my personal opinion. We should discuss with Gideon and Wulfric. They might have a different opinion on this.
Also fair.
Okay. So you guys want to rest up here and try to recover? Is that?
Sure. Is it
Yeah,
possible
sure.
to communicate with the step from here, or are we in a black spot?
No, not without some kind of long range communication devices, of which there are none here.
Yeah. So I guess in that case, go ahead.
Would there be any basic communication devices on this site which we could possibly improve by doing some awesome tech rolls?
Right.
And if it's a short
There'd be
rest,
some.
are you able to heal a little bit during a short rest?
Yeah, you can spend hit dice during short rest.
Oh, cool. I'll spend 4 of them.
And you also have the. So yeah, there would be some old equipment here. It'd be old, like I said, and frozen over. So it would require you need to thaw it out essentially and see if you get it up working again. But I would say with 3 successful tech rolls at a DC I've just set in my head, you'd be able to get it up and working.
Plus 20.
It would take you. I'll say it'll take you 3 short rests, so 3 hours to do so.
I'll
I'll
go over to Gideon and to Wulfric, and I'll ask permission to talk freely, sir.
Go ahead.
I found some old equipment here. It's most rubbish, but I think with a about 3 hours time and some good luck with the parts, we might be able to put it together so we're able to establish a communication link. Is it worth the time, or would you prefer to press on?
That's good initiative, Legionary. See what you can do.
Yes, sir. And I'll use my arc tool so that I can get an advantage on this.
Okay.
No, wait, that's a lie, because that's only for interactions with sapient constructs.
Right.
Yeah. No, okay. It's just going to be rolls then, and I need 3.
I can aid you.
You'll be like a backseat driver. No. You have to tighten it there.
Yeah.
That's the wrong part. Turn it around. Will it give me advantage?
Yes, it would.
Awesome. I have a +6, so I need to roll just not rubbish, hopefully. The first roll is going to be 11 and an 18, so 24.
That's a success. So you managed to thaw it out successfully without damaging it further.
The
we
next
haven't
one
thawed.
is...
We haven't thawed now.
The next...
Modulate the aft mount particle injector. Think you can handle that?
Oh, yeah. We need to adjust the aperture as well, so it's hitting directly on the beam. 8 and 10, so it's a 16.
Okay, that's a success. So you managed to get it functioning again, and now you got to do one more to see if you can boost it so you'll be able to reach the headquarters.
Okay.
All right.
And that's going to be 11 and a 12 on the die, so the highest is 18.
Yep, that's a success. So after 3 hours, you will get it up and running and able to reach the capital. Now, during that time, are any of you guys healing up? You've got 3 short rests worth of healing, basically. You can
Got
do.
blew them all, man. I'm back at 4.
Yeah, I spent 4 out of my 5 die and got from 33 back up to 60.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna.
What?
60?
Right, what?
I got 65, man.
What?
Oh,
Only got 5?
Right.
We max.
I have
Something doesn't
65.
seem right here.
We on max HP?
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry, I guess I got to say that. Oops.
What? You didn't fucking tell us
Go
that.
to the radar.
Slipped my mind.
I'm like wondering why I'm getting wrecked in the first round. It's all good. Okay, so then
When do you kind of recharge your Astra?
For pretty much everybody, it's after a long rest, except for a certain Mancer class that can regain during a short rest, I think. But yeah, none of you guys are Mancers, so after a long rest.
No
Just,
warlock version of Nancy's here.
That's my health accordingly.
Yeah, so I just spent all of my hit dice.
Okay.
I spent 3.
So I'll report to Praetor. Tell you, good job. Well done. To Hector, right? Is it Hector?
I couldn't have done it without you, sir, but thank you.
Yes, I'm aware. And yeah, I'll go tell him, say, Praetor, we've managed to reroute the power through the reciprocating frequency generators. So we were able to kickstart the Toreadal inhibitor. In doing so, the synthetic Triton singular shifter now has enough power for long-range communication. In short, the phone works.
let's keep it short in future, Arganas. Good work.
Oh, of course.
So I'd make my way towards the flingly wangly bing bong that he described, and see if I can get on communications with the nearest sept outpost.
Yeah. And when you do, they'll say, so you're calling the nearest kind of barracks or something?
Yeah, whatever, literally whatever is closest.
Yeah, they'll say, oh, Praetor Wulfric, yes, are you all right, sir?
I am fine. Why do you ask?
There have been attacks going on all across the moon. It seems that some kind of Baromech assassins have made attacks against most of our lead command officers. We had one here. Unfortunately, Praetor Wulfric is dead.
I think he like takes his fist
A
and
lot
like
of men
smashes
died
it
too,
into the table.
trying to protect him.
They'll pay for this. We need extraction immediately.
We'll send somebody. You're at Daggertooth Peak, yeah?
That's correct.
We'll arrange a vehicle for extraction as soon as possible.
And a medic.
Do you need
Indeed.
someone to go out there and meet him?
You might want to keep an eye out, or they can contact you on the Whisper Link when they arrive. You're probably better off just staying in shelter for now.
Yeah.
We don't know the extent of this attack. We don't know if there's another wave coming, so take proper measures to defend yourselves if necessary.
You too. See you soon.
Indeed.
So I think, go ahead.
I'll spend any remaining time I have examining the material.
Yeah, no problem. Okay. So that's pretty much going to wrap it up. There won't be any more attacks as you wait. It'll be about an hour before an extraction shuttle will arrive to take you all away. But if there's anything you want to narrate on the way out, now's the time to do so. Nothing? No?
Long hours of study and research into this this composite metal has allowed Gideon to make some fantastic upgrades to his prized exosuit. In turn, he's slowly gathering the necessary funds needed to begin equipping beta versions of new exosuits to troops to try in the field to combat these robot menaces.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll see how the field tests go.
I think Wulfric takes this attack extremely personally, even though he wasn't the only one attacked. And he like thinks back to the meeting that he had, and it just galvanizes him further to kind of seek the utter destruction of Sept Triton. These kind of tactics, they smack of like House Roldo and underhandedness and things that Grimar does not stand for. So I think he'd like redouble his efforts to get attacks made super quick.
Excellent. Anybody else want to add anything?
Nah, Hector just tries to continue to keep close to Wulfric and hope that he remembers what he did for him out in the field, even if it was just what expected. But he hopes to be bumped up sooner rather than later.
Okay. And Orville? Oh, sorry, Farron, go ahead.
The life of the scout doesn't change much from mission to mission. He just takes it as a learning lesson. Some people are robots. Makes them even less trusting.
And Orville.
Okay, so I dropped for a second and then it was cutting out. So what was the... We're just asking what we're doing?
Yeah, just kind of like an end game narration if there's anything Orville does going forward.
Yeah, no. He basically just is kind of looking over the kind of shattered remains of this thing that was one of his traveling companions, and he looks like, see, that's why you never trust someone who doesn't talk much, and just kind of continues on.
It's the quiet ones you have to look out for. Thanks for playing, guys.
Thanks for
Thanks for
running.
running, man. It was great.